Hey guys, we are back for Bandcamp Dailies number 43. And yesterday I posted a video where I showed that I was bitten by a tick. I'd been bitten by a tick like 3 inches below my belly button. And so yesterday I was sleeping and I was having some really nice dreams. You know, as far as I knew, Elise was kissing me down there. And then I wake up and it's a tick eating me. Just kidding. I wasn't dreaming, unfortunately. That would have been pretty awesome. So yeah, I woke up and I don't know when exactly I found out. I think I had just finished weighing myself. And so I hadn't dressed. I was in my underwear. And then I noticed there's a tick on me. And then, so obviously I have to take it out. And then I realized, oh, hey, I should film this. That would be some good content for the YouTube channel, for the old YouTube channel, to film myself extracting this tick from a sensitive area. It was, it was down there. And so I had the idea to film it. So I got my supplies and I got my camera, I got my microphone, and I went ahead and filmed it. And, since I wasn't even dressed yet, it was the perfect opportunity to film another shirtless video. It wasn't even just shirtless. It was another underwear video. I looked at my YouTube channel and like 5 of the last 6 vlogs or sketches feature me with no shirt. Seems to me it's clearly not by popular demand. It's by my own, my own creative decision, I guess. This is the creative direction I've been taking my YouTube channel in. But, anything to try and get the girlfriend horny, right? So I begin filming and I start to try to take the tick out. So I have to shave because, my stomach's quite hairy. And I've got pliers. I don't want to rip my hairs out. So I shave the area right there. And then I grab the pliers and I go to take out the tick and it will not let go. And I'm pulling it out. My skin's coming out like a couple inches away from my body. It reminded me, it was really gross actually. And I apologize for anyone who is subjected to it. Anyone who watched it, because I didn't really realize how gross it was. Like if I would have seen this, if it didn't happen to me and I would have seen someone do this to themselves, I would have closed the video immediately. That's disgusting. I don't want to see that. But he would not let go. And I'm just pulling him. And then he finally let go. He didn't let go, actually. I think I got most of his body and his head is still in there. But so what was I going to say? The reason I talked about that is because when I was pulling it and my skin was coming out, it reminded me of that scene from Dumb and Dumber where I think it's Harry is it Harry? Harry and I forget what Jim Carrey's character's name. Christmas. Lloyd? I think it's Lloyd. Anyway, I think it's Harry. He's in the ski lift, I believe, and he sticks his tongue to the pole or whatever, and then he's trying to pull it off. I'm pretty sure that's a scene in Dumb and Dumber, right? And, it's very comedic. That's exactly what it reminded me of. Anyway, there is the excitement from yesterday. And so now, we get a little bit of an intro there. Now we're actually going to do the Bandcamp Dailies. So we have some listens today. I think, I got a bit of a text file here. I think I talked about everything. Yes. Okay. So we have 6 listens. 2 of them we're making videos of. We're doing Red Tires. We already actually made a video about this, but I had mentioned last time we did it, we didn't isolate the instruments. And so I dug out the wave files and we're going to isolate the instruments. It's a free jazz song, so that will be handy to do that. We've done everything else except for Annoying Guy at a Party. I really like this title. Obviously I came up with this title because this is my Bandcamp page. But the reason I said that is because this is a Core Canning song. So this was Dave and I, but I came up with the title. I'm proud of the title because I feel like it exactly represents Dave's vocals in the song. He has some specific vocals, and it totally reminds me of an annoying guy at a party. And so that's why I named it that. And so we're going to listen to this. Both of these songs are very short, but they're both free jazz. So we will also isolate the instruments on this. So it's going to be that kind of night. Not only that, we have some bonus coverage. So in the previous episode, we had listened to the Chad. We're going to go there right now because we have something extra to do. So we're going to go back to the Chad album, Luring Oneself into the Throes of Make-Believe. And so we had started listening to this in the previous episode. And as we were listening to it, I realized that, I made some YouTube shorts of myself playing this song on guitar. And then I was like, okay, well, we'll watch those after the song's done. And then I forgot because I'm a dumb, stupid idiot. I completely forgot. And so after the song was over, we just went to the next album or whatever. So we are going to watch these YouTube shorts. We're not going to actually watch the YouTube shorts though. Because I sort of created the YouTube shorts out of a normal sized video, not a vertical video, a horizontal video. We're going to watch the horizontal video. Okay, so let's do that right now. We talked about this in the previous episode, so remember about that. The 2 hour and 18-minute episode. Okay, so this video here, I recorded this just for myself. I wasn't intending to post it anywhere because it's very sloppy. This was one of those videos that I made just for myself to remind myself how to actually play the song. So I normally I would tab a song out I would tab it out at the same time as I'm writing it. But for this one, I didn't do that. However, I wanted to set it in stone because I didn't want to forget, because that's happened to me before, forgetting how a riff goes, forgetting the fingerings, and I have nothing to look back on because it was all in my head, and now my head's wrong because I don't know how it goes anymore. So my backup is corrupt. So this way, I have a physical backup of the song. And so this is what I did. I had a bunch of riff ideas. I didn't have the full structure of the song yet, but I videotaped the riff ideas. And I sort of improvised a couple times and it went really bad. But yeah, so it's not very tight. But the melody of the song is here. So we're going to watch this. It's 4.5 minutes. But first, I'm going to get some popcorn. So I will be right back. And we are back. I got my popcorn. This is the medium white hull-less, I believe is what it's called. I think I only had this once before. And so I thought I wanted to try it again because I think it's the biggest size of the hull-less variety. So I'm going to try it. And once again, we have hockey game. There's a hockey game on tonight. It is game 3 of the Stanley Cup final. It is Edmonton and Florida. Florida just scored. It's not even 2 minutes into the game yet. So the series is tied 1-1. So I'm cheering for Edmonton. Now let's listen to the song. This is Luring Oneself into the Throes of Make-Believe. This is the sort of the rehearsal video. It wasn't even a rehearsal. It was, I don't even know what to call these types of videos. It's to show me how to play the song video. That's the video it is. And I had to edit the audio. So the audio is like boosted and heavily edited so that it's all one volume, because I'm not plugged in. I'm just using my electric guitar with no amp. So this is pretty much, I don't know if you heard because we just started, but this is pretty much the opening riff of the song. And this riff is sort of it's the verse However, like I'm hitting just, I don't know if it's eighths notes or quarter notes. I guess it depends what the tempo is on the low E string. But like on the actual song, it's tremolo picked. Yeah, so this video, sorry, just to keep stopping it, but for these types of videos, I would reference these. I would look at these videos when I'm writing the song and, you know, finishing writing the song. And I would use these, I would look at the video as a reference, and I would build the song off of that. This riff is in it as well. This riff is not. This was the riff I had in my mind for this, but I didn't end up adding it to the song. I don't think any of this is in the song either. This, I believe, is in the song. All right, so now that was like the first part. Now this is sort of the last section of the song. I don't know if you remember from the last video, but this is the part that was inspired by the band Zaster in the song "A Gate Through Bloodstained Mirrors," I believe is what the song's called. But I was heavily inspired by that song for this part of the song. Yeah, that was bad. I'm feeling around, trying to improvise a new section, but it didn't end up going well. And this isn't in the song. There I am right there. How'd you like the ending there? All right, so there's that song. So we finished one, hooray. Now let's go into Choice Trinkets, which is Annoying Guy at a Party. So we've talked about this album before. This is the last Cora Canyon album so far. Annoying Guy at a Party is number 3, track 3. And so the thing about this album, it is free jazz, all improvised. There's a stipulation, though. It's not complete free jazz because I believe when we were recording each instrument, we listened to a metronome. And so everything was synced together timing-wise, but it was all randomly arranged. So nothing was written together. It was all just random. And I believe, so I'm playing drums in this song. I might even be playing both the guitars as well. I know I'm playing both of the guitars, drums, and Dave's doing vocals. So this is almost all me, but Dave's vocals are an integral part to this song because that is where the title comes from. So we're going to listen to the song first, then we're going to go into Reaper, and we will isolate the instruments. And also another thing about this album, there's a sample before every single song. The samples are, we've talked about this before, the samples are the candid conversations that Dave and I would have in between recording the instruments, because we were videotaping all this stuff. And so the camera was catching all the extra candid conversations in between recording. And we ended up making samples out of all of them. I'm trying to think what the sample is for this one. I can't remember.
Oh gosh. You 8 again, bro? What? 8 again? Fucking 8. Fucking 8. You good to go? Yeah.
He's got a real, he amplified his Canadian accent. He does that sometimes. When he says, you good to go?
Oh gosh. You 8 again, bro? What? 8 again? Fucking 8. Fucking 8. You good to go? Yeah.
That one made me dizzy. Okay. Yeah, right? I mean, like, am I
Yeah, I love that song. Very much enjoy that song. All right, so let's open Reaper and let's try to figure out where which one it is. It's 4. Yeah, it's this one right here. Oh, come on, man. Yes. Okay, obviously I didn't save the project after I closed it. For some reason, I left all this stuff open when I had mixed the song originally. Okay, you probably couldn't even see it. It was probably off camera. So here we go right here. So let's see if I can do this. Let's make them smaller. All right, so I'm playing drums. You can see C kick, C snare, blah, blah, blah. This is all my drums here. You can see LC git or RC git right here. This is C is for Chris. That's my name. And then D Vox, that's for Dave. By the way, let's just take a little peek at this thing right here. What is this? 19? Yeah, so I'm going to unmute this. I think this is what we used to symbolize. I think it's going to say fucking stop.
Fucking stop.
So we would have a metronome going, and then this sample would happen at the very end. And that was Dave, by the way. And so that would tell us to stop recording. So we heard that a lot when we were recording this album. All right, so let's undo that. Let's undo this. And so we're going to listen to the drums first. So what if I just do the guitars? I'll mute the guitars. We also have to center the guitars. And then we have to mute the Vox as well. Okay, so let's listen to what the drums, trying to think. Yeah, it's a little busy. It's not a lot busy, but it's a little busy. All right, so there are your drums. Now what do? Now we do this, we do this, we do this, and we solo the first guitar, which would be this one. Okay, I believe this one's the one that has the feedback. Oh, this is going to be cool. Apparently not. I got it mixed up. Yeah, I love that. I love that riff. This was all improvised as well. Yeah, everything was improvised. I don't know. I think I mentioned that, but yeah, I really like that riff. And I'm using the echo pedal on this one as well. And yeah, for every song I was using the echo pedal for almost every song. This is the one that has the feedback. Oh man, that brings me back. So Dave brought over some of his gear so that we could record, and that is where the name Choice Trinkets comes from. I think he was describing all the stuff that we were using to record, and so we called it Choice Trinkets. And so one of the things he brought was an EBO. So I've never used an EBO before. Dave has, obviously. But I noticed when so I tried it a little bit, and I would use the distortion occasionally, and I would also use the delay pedal. And whenever I would activate the distortion, sometimes you would get the EBO that was making, that would make this like really big feedback. And when you use it with the delay pedal, it added a really awesome sound to the album. I used this on multiple songs, including the very last one. So it became a big part of the album for me. And just hearing the feedback just totally brings me back to that. So that was really cool. And so now we're going to listen to Dave's vocals because I hope he doesn't mind me doing this.
That one made me dizzy.
So the echo, he was using his echo pedal on his vocals. So I didn't add any effects to this. This was all done by him when he recorded the vocals.
Woo! Okay. So yeah.
So he was doing the vocals, and he was like his microphone was into the echo pedal, and so he was twisting the knobs and stuff as he was doing the vocals. So this wasn't a post-editing thing. It was while he was recording them.
Yeah, right? I mean, like, who wouldn't? Am I right? One.
So yeah, that reminds me of an annoying guy at a party. You know what? It's kind of funny. This reminds me of, the show Family Guy. It reminds me of Brian when he's acting like a douche. And so that's where so this made me think of him, which made me think of an annoying guy at a party. So a lot of stuff going on there. Okay, so there is Choice Trinkets. Now we have one left. We have a Panda. So let's go. Yeah, we'll do that after. Let's listen to Red Tires. Yeah, once again, trying to get my girlfriend horny by making her look at this disgusting photo. Okay, Red Tires is the opener. We listened to this a couple days ago. I absolutely love this album. This is all free jazz, this song at least. So it's got drums, it's got 2 guitars, and it's got keyboards as well. And this is a fast-paced song, so very in your face, very intense. So let's listen to Red Tires. So I guess the idea, but behind the title, I didn't say this last time, Red Tires, I guess I pictured, because of how the song starts, but how this is the opener, so the album starts off like this. It's just like some sort of big truck or something just sort of like peels out, and he's got like these red tires, and they're just like spinning and smoke and stuff like that, like a cartoon, I guess. So this song made me think of Red Tires for some reason. All right, good stuff. Yeah, so like I said, this album, I forgot how old this album is. This album's from 2013. This was before I started using my laptop. I started using my laptop to record in 2014 and Reaper. And so, and this was 2013, so this was on my old Windows XP computer. And so this was one of the last things I recorded on that computer. And I used Cool Edit. And so all we have is the WAV files. We don't have like a session file. But I did make a session. So let's see if we can. I think I saved it, right? Yeah, I think I prepared for this. A Panda. Here we go. All right. So we have drums, we have 2 guitars, and we have keyboards. Yeah, so this was also before I started. Before I got a mixer that would extract. So you would record the drums, and each microphone input would be its own WAV file. This was before I got a mixer like that. So this was on my old mixer, where it had multiple microphone inputs, but it only exported to a single WAV file. So there was no way to remix stuff after the fact. You had to do all the mixing on the mixer, which was really annoying. But whatever. So let's listen to the song. So the reason I said that is because that's why there's only one WAV file for the drums. It's all together. Pretty good, very fast paced, very nice. Now, I have not done this. I don't think I've ever done this with these songs, like isolated the tracks before. If I have, it's been years, and it was probably back when it certainly wasn't after I stopped using my Windows XP computer, because I've never remixed any of this album. So yeah, I don't know if I've ever done this. So this is going to be interesting. Okay, so I definitely, especially with the last part there, when I think of this song, that last part is definitely involved. Okay, so let's listen to the other one. Yeah, this high part stuff, I definitely recognize that. And I remember this part too. All right, so that was interesting. This was 2013, right? Just trying to think if this was my first. I don't think it was my first like improv album. Let's take a little peek, see, because I'm curious here. It definitely wasn't the first. Yeah, so we have, well, Moments in Time. This was a core album. This was improvised. Yeah, so we have Bad Ending, End of the World. Yeah, these are both improv albums as well. But A Panda is different because, especially for this song was like heavy. So this was probably the first time, like there were parts in both of these albums that had the intensity that A Panda has, especially with the first song, but these are more sort of jazzy as opposed to this one. Anyway, let's listen to the keyboards. Pretty good pianist, aren't I? That was with my sister's little toy Casio keyboard. Actually, I think I still have it. Pretty sure it's somewhere. I'm assuming it's somewhere. Anyway, so that was interesting. So that is A Panda. I think that's going to be it for the video. Was it an appropriately long video? It was probably over half an hour. So this part is like 27 minutes. I don't know how much the intro was, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed yourself, and I will see you next time.